What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. And welcome to another fresh and exciting episode of Mikey Pipes with Pipe Doctor Home Services featuring DCHV, DCHVAC. And over there is Peter. Hi, Peter. You know what, Daniel, I'm gonna disclose something that Peter's probably gonna be a little embarrassed about right now. Yesterday, I had him relight the pilot on a 75-gallon standard water heater that uses a thermocouple.
Okay.
Right? You know what he was trying to do? How he was trying to light it without something?
He was trying to light it without something?
I was missing a step.
He was missing a step in the lighting procedures.
Important one.
He was trying to light it. It had the sparker?
Nope.
He didn't have a flame.
Correct. So I caught him holding down the gas valve at pilot, and he's looking like this. I'm sorry, Peter. It was funny. You had to have been there, guys. You had to have been there.
In my mind, I was like, where is this?
But you lit it, though, right? And you put the lighter back where it belongs? Okay, not in your pocket. Awesome. Today, we are installing this Aqua coil. Right there, made in the USA. We're installing this Aqua coil on our Bosch IDS 2.1 HVAC heat pump inverter system. We need more load to shed some of the BTUs that our Mikey Pipes HVAC training facility produces. Because our radiant wall, which we just created a video on, is not enough. So I got Daniel up there removing this first transition piece that has a piece of canvas off the top of the Bosch that's vertically installed, obviously, open air, return, sitting on a platform there. And we are trying to remove this transition piece. There it goes. And, ooh, that really kicked over a lot. Well, the bottom is out a lot towards you.
Okay.
Huh. So we're going to install the hot water coil right there. We have to reposition our low voltage control wiring, which Peter's working on right now. He just drilled out a hole with a step bit at the side, the right side, top front corner. Daniel's going to remove all of the caulking and debris that's on top of the air handler. The blowing method usually works well too. He's a good blower. Don't worry, ladies, he's taken. So this coil is not specifically designed for this purpose, but it fits on top perfectly, and it is approved for use by Bosch Home Comfort. Daniel is going to take some insulating tape to give us a nice barrier between the top of the air handler. Oh yeah, that's from from the top of the air handler to our transition to the seal to the hot water coil. So you got a nice piece there in the front. We'll do the left, right, and rear sides, and then we'll put our coil right on top.
That'll be fine.
Look at that. Looks really nice. Looks really, really nice. There's a divider underneath.
Yes.
Can we take a quick peek at that? So there you go. That little vein right there helps to divert the air across more of the coil towards the front. It's good. It works. See that?
Cuts it.
Beautiful. Thanks for showing that, Daniel. Perfect.
It's also flanged to be able to sit on the turn.
Very, very nice. Look at that. Now the question is, how are we going to secure that to the air handler? With that piece right there. Look at that. They think of everything. Folks over at Aqua Coil. Not a sponsor of the channel. Pretty effing epic. Very, very nice. Look at that. It would be nice if there was an option direct from Bosch where you could just add this. But I gotta tell you, at the price point of this Aqua coil, that's made to fit perfect. Do you really need a Bosch name to be on it? I don't think so.
Moved it.
Peter, he moved it. Sweet.
Where'd you screw it?
All right, now that the coil is secured and screwed to the top of the air handler, we're adding our first transition piece from the top of the coil to the same dimension of the ductwork on the supply plenum, which then goes up, and it goes two directions into the spiral ductwork to the back of our facility, across, and then to the front of our facility. Daniel's looking over the piece that he had custom fabricated for us, maybe realizing that there's something not right with it. Hopefully it's not the case. Hopefully it's good, but he should be wearing gloves. We'll make a tin knocker out of him yet. All right, Daniel, what's on your mind right now? Tell me what's going on. Oh, okay. You're okay? You should be wearing gloves and PPE. Don't forget your PPE. You get hurt, your own fault. All right, so we hammered it down a little bit. Should I push my side down?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good.
There we go. Very nice. Nicey nice. All right, now installing the piece of canvas to transition from the
Hit your corner.
supply plenum that we made on top of the fan coil to the supply plenum leaving the air handler. Fits right into the slips, into drives. Looking quite nice. Make sure you stick around, because up next we're going to show you how to wire in the fan coil to your switching relay on your boiler. All right, we are now running some communication wire. 2-wire thermostat wire is perfect for this example. Peter's not going to go anywhere.
It was like roughing up against.
Oh. Homemade pipe wire reel holder. We're gonna go across and then down, and we're gonna connect it to our contactor, which is being purposed to turn on TT going to our relay. So make sure you stick around. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's talk about what we installed, or what Daniel installed inside the Bosch air handler. Instead of using a rib relay, I'm using a contactor. It's a 24 volt, 2-pole. You can even use a single pole contactor. I have my coil right here is going to W1 and common on my wiring of the air handler. L1 and T1 is leaving the contactor and going to R and W on that zone for the relay. So turning that on at the relay. So when I have a call for heat On the emergency here, right, this is not a dual fuel thermostat. It's a regular Honeywell 9000 series Wi-Fi thermostat. If I had a dual fuel thermostat, the outdoor temperature, once it's programmed, will activate W in common, which would then power our zone. Quite simple. Right now we have the boiler TT jumped out. If it was wired to XX on our relay, when there's a call for heat, the boiler will turn on based on what zone it is. Zone 1 is usually reserved for domestic hot water. Zone 2 and Zone 3, you can configure those. Right now I have Zone 2 jumped out on my Ultra 3230, which turns on our homemade radiant wall, which is now off. If I jump out R and W on Zone 1, which is the circulator for that radiant wall, that zone will turn on and we'll get hot water there as well. But right now we just have that Takeo circulator 007 wired to Zone 2, which is wired to our contactor on our Bosch air handler.